What's going on, everyone? Eric here from the 740 Sports Show. This time around on the 740 Spotlight, featuring Matt Humphreys, former Jackson Ironmen Football Standout, now playing club football at The Ohio State University. We spent a little bit of time this weekend in Columbus, and it was a blast. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and I would like to thank Matt for his time, for helping me orchestrate all of this, the coaches, the players. You guys have been awesome and going ahead and doing all of this. So first and foremost, want to go ahead and thank you guys. You guys have been a blast. It was a true pleasure taking the 740 on the road into the 614. And I'm a Buckeye guy. Guys, I'm a Buckeye guy. It's cool. And I love scarlet and gray. I don't care if it's Saturday. I don't care if it's Sunday. Anytime I get to see scarlet and gray suit up, I'm in for it. So we took it on the road to Lincoln Tower Park, right outside the shoe, and it was a ball. A little bit of background on Matt Humphreys. Grew up in Jackson High School graduated in the class of 2019, played for Coach Hall and the Jackson Ironmen. Matt was a 2019 valedictorian at Jackson High School. He was a member of National Honor Society and was a hooper. Matt Hump, sectional title with the Ironmen and Coach Morrow. Coach Morrow, hope you see this. Good luck this season, Coach. Anyway, shortly after high school, Matt decided to move on to Robert Morris University, where he would play Division I football. And really from there, things have taken an interesting turn for Matt Humphreys. And I'm happy to see that he's back playing the game that he loves and healthy. Matt Humphreys left Robert Morris University after a couple of pretty rough injuries. Basically, he was fighting through some abdominal tears, which I'll let him tell the story about in the full interview shortly after this. But man, he battled through some tough injuries, and he's playing the game he loves again, which he didn't think he was going to have the opportunity to do, quite frankly. Couple of things that I think people like about Matt Hump. First of all, super likable guy. Very easy to like. He's not really going to be the guy to rock the boat. If you tell him to row, he's going to row. He might ask, why are we rowing this boat, Coach? I'd like to know why we're going this direction, but you tell me, and I'm going that direction with you. Super likable. Very passionate about the game of football. I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve if he's between the lines. Outside of that, super quiet guy. Some may even say shy. But between the lines, he's passionate and he's hard-nosed. He loves the physicality of the game. Partially why? Banged up most of the time. But he's passionate, he's hard-nosed, and he just loves the game. As far as on-the-field qualities, I got the opportunity to coach Matt, super young age. I think it was junior high. I think it was eighth grade football. One of the things you notice right away, he's very, very instinctive. He's a very instinctive player who is going to trust his gut, and generally that gut's going to take him to the football. I loved that. He was a linebacker for me. Now he's a linebacker D-line type, and he's getting to do it in so many different ways. And man, what a blast it was to get to watch him do it. He's high motor, man. Matt Hump's playing from the snap to the end of the whistle. Period. End of story. If you don't believe me, ask the backup quarterback from Toledo. We'll get to that. He's going to play till the end of the whistle no matter what. Like I said, man, he's just hard-nosed. The kid loves the game. Matt Humphreys is a football guy. He absolutely eats it up. You might see Matt Humphreys, right now. I can tell you right now, Coach Grega, Coach Barron, right now is the worst you will see Matt Humphreys at the game of football. I promise you it is. I saw Matt Humphreys enjoying the game. I saw him smiling at the game of football, man. And I saw him bringing energy and passion. I saw him giddy on the sidelines after a pancake block on a pick six. It was so nice to see that out of this kid again, man. I can promise you that Matt Humphreys, barring injury, even with the injuries, man, Matt Hump's always going to give you 110%, and he's always going to be a great teammate. So you got a good one. Coaches, you got a good one. I know I don't have to tell you all that, but you got a great player in Matt Humphreys. A little bit of background on what club football is. Like I said, there's some differences in club football. So I played semi-professional football. I get the nuances and the differences that come with club football. So initially, club football is not flag. It is complete full contact football. Between the lines, you have the same opportunity of physicality as you do in Saturday afternoon football in the shoe. That's what it is. It's full contact, no flags here. As far as club football at The Ohio State University, you have to be a student with 6 credit hours, so only a part-time student. But again, club opportunity, so 6 credit hours. But you have to be able to maintain a 2.0 grade point average. So there are requirements to doing this. You have to maintain your student status. You have to maintain a minimum grade point average. So there's some other things you got to consider, man, if you're doing club ball. And Coach Grega, he talks about some of this. They practice 3 times a week with a 4th practice, which includes some film and some other things. So these guys are working, man. These guys are putting in the time, and quite frankly, it's a high school program at the college level if you really want to stop and break it down, right? I mean, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with a walkthrough on Thursday type thing. So, quite frankly, these guys are maybe not, the caliber of athlete, top to bottom. You're not seeing Division I caliber athletes. You're just not. But some of these guys can flat out play. I'm going to get to some of the numbers and what we saw. Some of these guys are ballers, man. Some of these guys are studs. Some of these guys look the part. Jackson Whitman, dude. If this don't work out, start bodybuilding, man. Good grief, you're a dog. But anyway, we're going to get back to some of these guys. But club ball is just different. But these guys play for different reasons too. So if you go to a club game, you're going to be entertained. If you went to a semi-pro game, you were entertained, but maybe for different reasons. These guys are playing because they love the game. They're playing because they like being around one another. And they're playing because they simply enjoy the opportunity that they have at hand, which is the opportunity of playing childlike football again, man. And once you're out of high school, and I think a lot of high school football players may attest to this, once you're out of high school, you don't have that. You don't have that opportunity to chase that Friday night feeling anymore, man. So you start to, if you're not talented enough to go to the next level, or if you're just not wanting to put that commitment going forward to the next level. So club ball is a great opportunity, man, for the experience of, I want to be around the guys. I want to be around the game, and I want to love the sport. And I want an opportunity to play the sport at a high level and against good competition. Coach Greg is going to get to some of the competition here. I mean, a lot of club football talent-wise is, a lot of guys would call it Division III type talent. Some may argue that. I'll leave the debate to you guys. But nonetheless, what these guys are putting in is roughly what a lot of Division III or NAIA schools may put in. So, these guys chase it, man. These guys love the journey. They're enjoying what they're doing. And quite frankly, I don't need to be the one saying that, because I think any one of these guys would tell you that they're just out there living their dreams again through the sport that they love. And no one's going to take that away from these guys, man. No one at all. Club football is also super neat because it's completely student-run and student-operated. So coaches are students, or were students at one point. So I think coaches are students. Players are definitely students. The guys making decisions on game day uniforms are students. The guys organizing and operating with budgets are students. So super cool the way that things are kind of orchestrated with the club scene. They aren't an entity of the Ohio State University's varsity team, but they have the relationships to kind of connect players that have that type of talent or are those caliber athletes to the varsity team. And there have been guys kind of graduate, if you would, from the club level to the varsity level. So that opportunity exists for guys that are chasing it for that reason, right? Or maybe do fall in love with it again and think, wow, I wish I had that opportunity, and then here it is, and then wow, it's, I might be able to get to the big blocko in the shoe one day. So it's super neat, man. The way that all of this goes, super, super cool. Even the gear that they're wearing, man. I mean, you're going to hear Matt Hump talk about the helmet. I picked that helmet up and got goosebumps, man. Super cool just the gear, the way that it's run, the players, the smiles. I walked in a little bit late. I was a little closer to game time than I wanted to be. And I heard the guys, I didn't know where I was at. And I was like, oh, there's the locker room, because these guys were in the locker room. They're rallying. They're fired up. And I was like, this is going to be a fun day. This is going to be a fun day at Lincoln Tower Park. And it sure was. And we're just going to get right into it, man. Buckeyes won. Huge victory for the Buckeyes. 66-9 victory. Obviously, our highlight, our feature of this entire game was Matt Humphreys, and he had an absolute game on defense. Numbers don't always reflect impact, but even his numbers are going to show a little bit of his impact. 2 tackles, a tackle for a loss assist, 5 QB pressures, which was a game high in this one, a forced fumble, and got his hand on a punt. Matt, great job, man. It was so much fun to watch you just completely wreak havoc on the interior, and even the exterior, man. I mean, watching you chase down a quarterback who tried to roll out left, back to the right side of the field, and then at least get a hat on him and make a play on the sidelines. That was a lot of fun, man. Watching you force a fumble on the same sideline was a lot of fun. And then there was the pancake block. The pancake block was absolutely absurd. 61-yard pick by Reagan Little. Matt Hump helped his buddy out, helped the corner out, and got a block on the quarterback late to help spring this one into the end zone. What a block. Left no doubt, and then just had the best time afterwards, man. Sitting there with Chuck Morris. Chucky, great to see you. Michael Benson, great to see you. Former Jackson guys. Now living with Matt Hump in the 614. They got a place together. I cannot imagine what that place must be like on a regular basis. Wow, what a time that must be. Great to see you guys, though, man, and truly enjoyed the opportunity to sit with you guys and talk football for a Sunday afternoon. So thanks for that too, man. But we got the opportunity to watch Matt bury a quarterback right in front of us, and it was a lot of fun. But no, man, I mean, from start to finish, he brought the skills, he brought the instinctiveness that we talked about, he brought that high motor, and most importantly, I watched Matt Humphreys, former Jackson Ironmen standout, just have fun with the game of football again, man. It was so much fun to just watch this guy thoroughly enjoy what he was doing. I watched him smile on the sidelines. I watched him smile after the game, and it was super fun, man. It was super fun. Anytime I see passion in the game of football, I'm a football guy. Anytime I see passion, I love it. I eat it up, and seeing it from a Jackson guy wearing scarlet and gray just did a little bit more for me than it usually does. So it was awesome, and defensively though, Buckeyes, wow, what a performance from the Buckeyes in this one. Patrick Parrish, defensive back, personally stood out to me, had a great game. He two-way guy. Another thing we need to talk about, club ball. We do see a lot of two-way guys. There's not quite as much depth as you see at the Division III NAIA level. These, it's about a 40-man roster. So we're seeing guys play two ways at the club level. Patrick Parrish had a great game in this one. I think his numbers were 3 total tackles, 2 solo, 3 passes defended, and the monster sack. I'm not kidding you. I don't know. I think it was first or second quarter. Huge sack. I'm talking almost a 20-yard loss on this sack. I mean, just an absolute monster sack. And then he got it done on the offensive side of the ball, which we'll talk about here in a little while as well. Just had a game. Just had an absolute game. Just a DB who took advantage of his defensive line getting some good work in, and really took advantage of it and made a game out of it. Had a game for himself. So hats off to you. Hats off to you, man. Great game. Jackson Ironmen, personally, like I said, big guy. Man. Hitting the end zone. About killed a Toledo receiver. It was a time. That was my personal hit of the game. Jackson Ironmen wearing number 0. And I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was your family. Led to a "Way to go, Jackson" chant after the game. That's in the full interview with Matt Hump. So we got to check that out here too. But that was a lot of fun, man. Quite frankly, the defense just had a complete day. Toledo's offense completely stifled in this one. I think it was 4 or 5 drives of negative yardage in this one. Just a time. Just the time. The Buckeye defense balled out in this one, as did the Buckeye offense. Spencer Moore, maybe the greatest twist of the day. Spencer Moore had himself a day at the quarterback position for the Buckeyes, rocking number 5. Love to see it, Spencer Moore. 24 of 39, 338 in the air. 7, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a 7 total touchdowns. He broke his own team record here, and what a day you had at the quarterback position. I was pretty impressed with what I was seeing. I thought to myself, wow, this kid would be a really, really nice semi-professional quarterback, because that's kind of what my brain assesses when I start looking at, adult men playing the game. Spencer Moore, Matt Humphreys told me that you did not play high school football. Wow. If that's the case, wow. What a time. Spencer Moore evidently just woke up one morning, got to the Ohio State University, and just woke up and realized, oh, I'm a Buckeye now. I can play football. I got a right arm, just so happens to be a complete cannon. And I'm going to go out and have myself a day against Toledo, as a matter of fact. What a day, man. Great job. I'm going to go ahead and try to get the first name right on this one. Abdu Keita, and Patrick Parrish, like I said, 2 receivers, both over 100 yards in this game. What a time these 2 guys had. These guys were a lot of fun. They were doing it all. Buckeye offense was a lot of fun to watch too, man. It was, and I could tell Coach Grega, your staff, you guys are doing a great job with this program, just because of the type of offense that I got to see. You guys are doing everything. You guys are doing everything, man. You're motioning. You're doing pre-snap, post-snap. You're doing, you guys can throw the ball vertically. You can throw it to the outside. You can throw it to the inside. You guys have a good run game. J.R. Burton got it going. 14 carries, 114 yards. Got himself a touchdown. Led the rushing attack. There's a lot of things that this Buckeyes Club offense very, very, very capable of. The screen game's good when you guys are facing pressure. Spencer Moore at quarterback, very mobile. I like that. Don't want to speak too soon, but we're getting towards the end of the year. Coach, I know we got to be thinking national championship, right? We're sitting at number 2 in the country. I know it's got to be at least on your radar. This offense is explosive, dynamite, and it's just so much fun to watch. And Matt Hump, I'm sure it makes life easy on you, man. When you're sitting on that sideline and your guys are just taking it down the field, I'm sure it's got to make life easy on you, knowing that you might at any point get a 40-point cushion in the day. And that's got to be a lot of fun. But ultimately, these guys are going to start seeing some real competition. This season is about to wind down. These guys, yes, they took a big win against Toledo that decided the division, but these guys are also about to go to Michigan State in East Lansing and fight for a conference title, which will ultimately determine their national title hopes. And that occurs this Saturday, man. That's this Saturday, November 12th, East Lansing, 1 o'clock kickoff for the Buckeyes. What a time that's going to be. I'm stoked. Matt Hump texting me every week, giving me the updates. I've learned a lot this week with club football. I'm going to follow the Twitter. I'm going to follow all of it. I don't know if I have Coach Grega's email or not. Coach might email you. Who knows what this is going to turn into. But no, this has been a lot of fun. And I would urge anybody to anybody considering playing, club ball or semi-pro ball or even high school ball or flag football, man, go play the game. Go play the game. You might fall in love with it. You may hate the sport. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I mean, it truly can be the greatest game in the world. Truly can be. Ultimately, though, my biggest takeaways in all of this, man, it was a blast. Club ball, great atmosphere, especially being right outside the shoe. There's so much going on there anyway, especially right in Columbus. There's a lot going on. It was a great atmosphere. It was a great environment, and the crowd got into it. You got to think about this, man. A lot of parents are also getting football back in this, right? Moms and dads don't want to see football go. They just don't. I know my mom was heartbroken with Bubba. Not as heartbroken as she was, she was more heartbroken with him than me. That just is what it is. He was the baby. I get it, Mom. I get it. I let it go. But there's a lot of parents that have a tough time with, letting football go, because it is such a journey for parents and for players. So this is another opportunity for everybody, and I felt like parents, players, coaches, girlfriends, everybody was getting into it, man. Everybody, Matt. I think I heard Haley say woo. Just going to say, I think I heard a woo from Haley at one point. Everyone gets into it. It's super fun. If you have a chance, go out. Play the game, check it out, see the game. Football, football is a sport that needs to be played for fun. And there's levels to it, like I said. So you're playing the game for fun, and there's different levels to it. Personally, I had a little spiel on the levels of the game, right? Because I played at the high school level, the semi-pro level, and I got so much from the semi-pro level that I realized, wow, maybe this was my experience versus the high school level. Even being an Ironman, I just realized that there was a different aspect of that game that I loved. Coach Barron gives maybe the greatest breakdown of what club football is. Coach Barron goes on to say, Coach Barron, defensive coordinator in his third year, goes on to say, it is very unique in the sense that everyone who does it loves football. High school football might have parents pressuring kids to play. NCAA football often involves people playing for scholarships or a shot at the league. The NFL has a draw of people playing for generational wealth. That's not to say that you can't be in one of those leagues and absolutely love football. But what's unique about club football is the reason But what is unique about club football is the reason to play the game is for the love of the game. The shared obsession pushes players and coaches to go above and beyond and compete and raise the standard of excellence we have set for the great team here at The Ohio State University. Coach Barron, I think that's perfectly worded. Anybody playing the game needs to be enjoying the game, or at least in my opinion, needs to be enjoying the game. I understand that there are people who play the game and don't enjoy it, and it breaks my heart, quite frankly, that that's the case. Love the game. Love what you do, and ultimately that's how you're going to be the best at it, quite frankly. So love the game. Enjoy it. Play it because you love it. Semi-pro football taught me that. I think club football is teaching a lot of guys that, that I got the opportunity to see and to talk to over the weekend. The energy, the joy, the bond that these guys have, the culture. I think that's what club football is about. It's about those things. And quite frankly, I think that's what all of football kind of used to be about. And we can get distracted, right? We're humans. We get distracted. And in our lives, there's so many distractions. Anyway, play this game. Love this game. And I think that Matt Hump's going to have a little bit more to say about that as we go. Coach Grega, by the way, loved your interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and take 10 minutes out of your day, man. I know how busy you must be. Thank you for doing that. And quite frankly, I loved the interview. And Coach Grega, I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to say your one cuss word. Go.
We've played in the postseason each year I've been here. We've played for the national championship each of the last 3 years, and we're working our asses off to try to get there. Working our butts off to try to get there. A fourth year in a row. We've been fortunate enough to win 2 of the previous 3.
Yeah, Coach, we love a good cuss word. You have worked your asses off. I can see that you've worked your asses off. Go win a national championship. We're rooting for you right here on the 740 Sports Show. OH, go Bucks. Everybody else, I'm going to leave you with just a few more words of wisdom, but not from me, from our feature of this one, Matt Humphreys. As we wrapped up, one of the questions that I asked Matt, I'm a dad of 4 boys, right? So I had to ask Matt Hump, I needed your advice. I said, Matt Hump, we got 4 boys at home. I need some help. I need you to give me a message that I can give any of my four boys starting to play the game, just picking up a ball, just beginning their careers. And man, did he have some good advice for me. Here's what Matt Humphreys had to say. Number one, if you're going to bet on somebody, bet on yourself. Number two, the chase must be as gratifying as the journey. The elite find a way to fall in love with the journey, not just the outcome. Number three, never let anyone take the childlike fun and joy from the game. And number four, remember Romans 8:18. For I consider the sufferings of this present time are not worth the glory that is to be revealed to us. Matt Humphreys, unbelievable message. Matt Humphreys, unbelievable player. Matt Humphreys, unbelievable person. Matt Hump, thanks so much for taking the time to do this with us. Coaches, thanks so much for your time. Players, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate everything you guys have done. You guys are amazing. I'm rooting for you. I know Bub's rooting for you right here on the 740 Sports Show, the 740 Spotlight. As always, we love everything Ohio State football. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in next time on the 740 Spotlight.
What's going on, everyone? Eric here from the 740 Sports Show, joined by Matt Hump, the feature of this week's 740 Spotlight here. Matt, playing some club football here at the Ohio State University. Got a tear in the jersey today, man. I love it. I love it. Got held all game, but man, 66-9 victory here today at Lincoln Tower Park. And yes, Matt, played a great game, man.
Yeah, it felt good. I had to sit last week. I hyperextended my elbow, so yeah, it was good to get back on the field and get some of the rust back off. But yeah, we got conference championship coming up next week in Michigan State, and I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this was about, right? Kind of to determine who's going to make it. You guys,
on our side of the bracket, it was us and Toledo, and the winner of this game got to go play the other side against Michigan State. Yeah, and that keeps our playoffs hopes alive too. We're like second in the country right now, so we're still alive for the playoffs, so that's good too. Yeah, obviously got back in the right swing of things after a little bit of a hiccup last week at Wittenberg. Felt good to get back in the win column, 66-9. You played a great game, a blocked punt, several QB hurries in this one, and you killed a guy on the sidelines after an interception. Man. Congrats on that too. That was awesome. It felt good. I wanted to get that block because
I saw you turn the Jets on, man.
Yeah, that's one of our backup corners, and he puts the work in every day to get the offense right, and I wanted to help him out by getting that block for him because that's just how it is. And when you're a teammate, and you want to get all of them right for him.
Heck yeah. Well, obviously, former Ironman standout, former RMU, former Ironman. It's a way to go, Jackson. I love it. I love a way to go, Jackson chant. But obviously, former Jackson standout yourself. Spent some time at RMU, and now you're here at the Ohio State University, playing some club football, man. So talk to me about club football, man. I mean, what's club football like? What goes into club football, and what has it been for you, man?
So basically, it's just like a bunch of guys that get a team together. They built it up. It started in 2009, and this is about our 14th, 15th year. Yeah. And they built it up from the ground, really. And it's run by like student body, and then these coaches that like volunteer their time to be out here. They all played for the team, so it's like a real like bond they have with the team, and they really care about it. And you feel that through them. And then, you have to be a student here at Ohio State. You have to take 6 credit hours, so it's not a lot. It's part time, I think. And then you can't. So their clock works different. You get 5 years no matter what. Yeah. So it doesn't like NCAA. You start and then you have 5-year window to play. But here it's just 5 years altogether. So you can take your year off, play again. Okay. We have a few guys that come off and on depending on like what they have. So we have like 40 guys. So a lot of guys play both ways. Yeah. It's kind of it reminds me of high school a lot. I would say that the level of competition is around like Division III. We play Division III teams, so it's like. I would say we're around there. There's some plus, but there's a lot of guys that are from like we have like 3 or 4 guys from the Division I level. We have an Army guy. He played the offensive line at Army. Right.
Got a receiver track.
Yeah, receiver. He played. I forget where he ran track at. He ran hurdles somewhere for track. Yeah. I think Houston maybe.
Yeah, I think Chuck said it was in Texas.
Yeah, so, and then he came back. So this is his first year ever playing football, and he leads the nation in receiving yards and touchdowns. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, he had a great game. Great game.
So
Quarterback played good football today too.
Yeah, he had I think he had 7 touchdowns.
Yeah,
so it was
that's
good.
insane.
Yeah,
insane. You talked a little bit about the program, and really since based on what I saw, dove into the history a little bit.
Mhm.
Really, it looks like since your current head coach got here in the 2016-18 window,
Yeah.
is when you guys have really started seeing a lot of success.
Yeah, he actually graduated in like 13 or 14, took over as the OC, and then took over the head coaching job. And he's lost like, I think it's like 4 games in a couple of years.
Yeah.
He has 2 natties since whenever he took over, and we had that gap year, so that year doesn't technically count. So 2020 was lost,
Right.
But so it's like 5 years he has 2 natties. So
That's awesome.
we're ready to get the third this year.
Yeah, let's get the third one.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about playoffs. So congrats on the win.
Yep.
This clinches the conference,
Mhm.
right? Okay. So so now we're focusing next week. You said.
Yeah, Michigan State. We got
Okay.
the conference Big Ten championship.
Yep.
Um,
Where's that at?
in Michigan, East
Okay.
Lansing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's fun. We get to travel like that, and it's fun to do that. Then we carpool, so it's a
Yeah.
good time with the teammates.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our if we win that, we go to the semifinals. So it's the top 4 like regular NCAA.
Right.
Top 4 make it. Right now we're 2 in the nation. We were 1, but we lost to Wittenberg.
Like you said, the hiccup. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So as long as we win out, we make the semis to the Natty, and I think the Natty is in Toledo
Okay.
at their stadium, like at the NCAA stadium. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time, man.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you know, we wish you all the success in the world. Get healthy,
Mhm.
stay healthy,
Mhm.
keep it up, man. You guys are doing awesome things. We're proud of you.
Yeah.
I know everyone else, community-wide is proud of you. We're going to be super excited to get this out there. Huge win again today, man.
Mhm.
You look great. You played great. You played fast. You killed a guy on the sideline. Super fun. Real quick though, I needed the people to know that we were not, in fact, working for Michigan today. I don't know if you read my shirt. I needed people to know. I just wanted film of Matt Humphreys today. That's all we were here for.
All right.
So, all we wanted, film of Matt Hump. But I went ahead and we took the liberty, man. We got you a shirt, man.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got you a shirt. So, it's the best. It's the next best thing we could do from a jersey
Yeah.
swap. So,
I
Matt
like
Hump,
that.
Matt Hump doesn't work for Michigan either. If you see Matt Hump on a cell phone, let the man be. All right? He played a tough game.
Thank you.
He's got a ripped shirt, so we're
Yeah.
going to at least give him something to go home in that's
Yeah.
not torn. So, hey,
I like it.
awesome game, man. This
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. This was a ton of fun. Thanks for doing
Yeah.
this with us. We're having a blast. The 740 Spotlight, man, featuring Matt Hump, continuing to do big things.
Yeah.
So we talked about what's next week. What's next for you? Really after this, man. I mean, because you put your football career on hold for a little while.
Yeah.
We're back up here. We're playing. We're enjoying the game again,
yeah.
right? Having a blast with it. So what's after this for Matt Hump, man?
So I found out I have another fall semester of school, so I'll probably be back out here next fall.
Okay.
Kind of like fell out of football for a few years. I know most of people in Jackson don't really know, but I tore my abdomen twice within a year.
Yep.
So I had to give up football I gave it up for about a year.
Yeah,
I transferred to OSU.
If we can, I don't want to stop you. I want to go into that a little bit. When you were at Robert Morris,
Yeah.
it was a tendon that was detaching pretty much from the
Yeah,
the pelvis, right?
Yeah, so my abdomen kept detaching from the pelvis, and I did that twice. And the second one was where both sides started to do it. So the doctor said I needed to.
He said, I'm not reattaching it a third time.
Yeah, he said basically if I did it a third time, I'm done. Like he couldn't do it anymore, so we have to live with it. So I basically stopped playing, transferred to OSU, was going to finish my degree. So it kind of put me behind in school a little bit, but financially it made way more sense. I'm getting paid to go to Ohio State, whereas I would be paying to go to RMU with no football. So
we got to get Matt a Gill deal, man. We got to get Matt Hump a Gill deal. Someone somewhere get this man a Gill deal, man. He's rocking the 28 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, so I'm making money to come here, so I was like, that's no brainer.
Yeah.
So I came here, get to spend it. I hurt my last year with my girlfriend when she was here for her senior year.
Yes.
And now I'm still here. And then we were just talking about missing football, and then I remembered I was looking through clubs to join when I got here because I obviously a lot of free time without football.
Well, and this place is so big.
Yeah,
I told Chucky and Michael, I was like, I feel like I can't even afford to be here.
There's so much. Cool. There's so much stuff. So I looked through like the 200 clubs, and I seen club football like last semester, so last spring, and I'm like looking into it then, and I'd never looked back. And then I was like, dang, maybe I should look into it. So I went to their website, seen they played their first game, so I'm like, I'll message the coach. Like, I'll have a semester to think about it before I join.
Right.
And then it was a Tuesday, and he's like, get to practice tonight. Like, we'll talk then. Like, I told him how I was from RMU and stuff. He got me in pads, got me all set up that night.
Yeah.
And I just joined the team, and then I haven't looked back. They took me in, open arms. It was a really good time.
Yeah.
And I've made a lot of like close friends here. Yeah. I've learned like there's like real football, and there's like I can still be in love with it. I got that passion again for it. Yeah. It's really nice.
Well, you mentioned real football. You mentioned the pads. If it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how cool it must be, dude, to put this helmet on.
Yeah, we get all the
This is the shoe behind us. This is the shoe. I can't tell you how cool that has to feel. Like I've got goosebumps in my arm just talking about it.
We get the same equipment as the varsity, so we.
Do you really?
Yeah, we got the same chin straps. We got all the Big Ten stickers, all that. We get the same pads that they got. They just hand it down to us. It's basically like camp stuff that they use. They give it to us and let us use it.
Well, I know that the Buckeyes wouldn't let Marvin Harrison Jr. rock this jersey next week. I don't care if they're going on the road and he's got a white one. We got to get Matt Hump some new threads, man. We got to.
Yeah.
And congrats again. Super proud of you for what you've done, for sticking it out, for battling back, man. I mean, this summer you said I've got to find something. I got to scratch that itch. I'm going to find it. I just got to figure out what it is. You've done that. You came out here, had a great day. You balled. You blocked the kick. You had a few hurries. You killed a guy on the sidelines here. There's the chalk outline. There's a chalk outline where he buried number 22. On the way to a pick six. So a lot of fun, man. I had a blast watching you.
Yeah,
thanks for doing this with us, man. It means a ton. You're crushing it. We wish you the best, man.
Thank you.
And as always, Matt, here on the 740 Spotlight, we love you, brother, and we're happy to have you. So, get back up there with your family. Go enjoy all that. Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. That's going to be it from us here on the 740 Spotlight featuring Matt Hump this week. As always, thank you for watching. Tune in for more.